How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video. If you guys have not found out today, PlayStation held another state of play today, and a couple huge bombshells were dropped on us, positive bombshells, and that is the RE4 remake and the Callisto Protocol gameplay trailers. I am so excited to see, or official review trailers, sorry, reveal trailers, more so than gameplay. Some gameplay, but more so reveal. I'm so excited to get into this. I don't want to take too long on this, but oh man, this is the one thing that I was actually looking forward to hearing about at this gameplay conference, so I'm glad they mentioned it, and I'm not even gonna waste too much time. I'm gonna just get into this. I also wanted just to note right beforehand, just as a quick reminder, I will be leaving the RE4 remake video, the Callisto Protocol vehicle, I was about to say, video, and the full state of play, not the live stream, but just the gameplay portion. It's like 25 minutes. The full state of play for you guys to watch in the description below if you guys want to watch it without commentary. I always leave those for you guys to check out on your own as well if you guys want it. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this. I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's react to this. Let's see what they got going on. So I was a little disappointed. I have seen the trailer before, at least for RE4 remake. I have seen the trailer before already. So sorry about that. I was so hyped for this game. No excuses. I know I need to hold it back for you guys, but to give a more, authentic reaction. But I haven't seen the Callisto protocols yet. Only like probably the first 10 seconds or so, but I wanted to hold that one out for you guys. And that's another one I'm very excited for. But I was a little sad at the release date, 3/24/2023. That's literally 4 days from my 23rd birthday. I turned 23 on March 28th. This comes out March 24th. Yeah, I guess it could be a birthday game for me, birthday present game for me, but still, I wish it would have came out sooner. Oh well, we have Dead Space and other games to hold us off till then, so I mean, it's not the end of the world. And Callisto Protocol, so we should be good if they don't get delayed. I pray it doesn't. I'm tired of these game delays. I know COVID, but still, like, they shouldn't be getting delayed as bad anymore. I mean, hopefully it's towards the end. So we got the little Spanish mariachi type, because it's in the settings rule Europe. Boom. Resident Evil 4. Oh man, it's just exciting to see we're getting this. So that looks like the beginning part right there. Looks like when the president's talking to Leon about his daughter being kidnapped, and there goes Ashley running. So I wanted, let's keep playing this. Yeah, I was gonna just stop it and then start talking about different parts, but I'll play through it maybe a couple times for you guys, and then we'll discuss it a little. I'll see. But there's Leon walking through, and they show mostly the village portion of this game. There's the cabin. Kind of looks like Chief Mendez's cabin, but I'm thinking that's the beginning. And this is the village. Luis and the Red 9. So excited to see that back. And look at those guys from the castle portion. Oh, they look great. There's Ada. Yeah, see that stuff that goes by fast? We'll break that down.
You will receive our most sacred body.
There's Sadler.
Now.
There he is. I like how they didn't really show him too much. They want to, even though we kind of know how he looks already, or should look. Who knows how close they'll keep him to his original look.
Just forget what happened that night.
There's our boy.
Pain. Even for a second. This time, it can be different.
Look at that. Oh, and he's walking into the village, the first part. And he has his bomber. Everyone has been praying that they kept his attire at least similar to what it was. And
it has to.
It is, which is exciting. Yeah. March 24th. A little bummed out on that release date, as I previously mentioned, but I mean, what are you going to do? More time for them to get it right. And I noticed it also said down here, Leon's brown sheepskin leather bomber jacket appears with permission from Scott NYC. I wonder what that is. I thought that was like his signature. I just think that's interesting. I wonder why they needed to get approval from Scott NYC, because I thought that was just his, you know, I thought that was Capcom's kind of owned image from Leon. He's very notorious for his bomber. So we're gonna just watch it one more time, and I'm gonna pause it this time and I'll break it down. I won't try to take too long because we do got another full gameplay trailer to watch as well. So let me go ahead and skip this, not spend too much time on that. Boom. RE4, can't believe this is happening.
Located Baby Eagle.
So once again, as I previously mentioned, this first part just looks like the introduction where Leon is going to be just getting briefed by the president for his mission, his upcoming mission. For those who don't know really what happens, if they're sticking close to the story originally, Leon is basically forced to join the FBI or something. He's forced to join a special force tactic team for the United States and work for them. And this may be the same route they're going. And that was after RE2, because they saw his skill after surviving something like that. So they basically forced him into joining, and they threatened his life if he wouldn't. So I don't know if they're going that route, or if he just decided to become a special agent after that and he has this mission. Who knows? But that looks like where they brief him on it, and he's ready to go to rural Europe to go find her, the president's daughter. I'm wondering if they're going to keep the same actress for her, or if they changed her voice actor as well. They already changed Sadler's, so we'll have to see. But what's interesting is this first portion, because this still looks like the village. The majority of the footage they've been showing is the village portion. They showed some castle portion, nothing, because for the original RE4, the three main worlds or levels that you go through are the village portion, and then from the village you make your way to the castle, and then there's the castle portion, and then from there you make your way to the last location, and that's the island. Those are the three locations, three big locations that you play in RE4. But here, she obviously looks like she's still in the village. In the original, when you get to the village, she's already captured, and she's already in the church that they show later on in the trailer. So I wonder if they'll show some more. You know, I wonder what this is. Is this like showing her getting kidnapped or something? Is there more to the beginning? Is this like when the president's briefing him of his daughter being kidnapped? This is a part of it, her running. Because in the original as well, she was captured by Krauser. And his motives are basically to get closer to Sadler. And the way he does that is he captures the president's daughter. And he gets closer with Sadler. And he's basically... Krauser's working with Wesker to get closer to Sadler to get to the Las Plagas parasite sample. Because Wesker wants to use it to make Ouroboros. It's not really a spoiler. There's already games, and those games have been out for years. But that's basically the premise of RE4 and RE5. So she's already captured at the village. So I wonder what they're showing here, what this is, if they changed it. If this is just the first beginning showing her, and like I said, when the president's briefing Leon, this video plays, or this sequence plays where it shows her running from the Ganados, or if this is a new like playable, you know, section for her. Who knows what that could be. And then this, I don't know what that is at all, honestly. Leon walking through the village portion, and there's Ashley again coming up to the gates. Now this portion, this to me looks like the Big Cheese's shack, or Chief Mendez's shack, the final boss of the village portion. But it looks like it's actually the beginning sequence, and then it shows the notorious village. And for me, I don't know if I already mentioned this, I did this a couple times already this recording, so I may have mentioned it in this video, but I'm getting serious RE8 vibes from this. The art style looks a lot, it screams RE8 to me. Are you guys getting that too? I wonder, because I'm definitely getting it a lot. This is the homie Luis you're hearing in the background, and you're seeing him right here, and his Red 9's back that we get to use. And this part right here, this looks like the continuation to the sequence we just saw where Leon was opening the door and then it switched to the village. I think this is a continuation of that. This is the first, at least this is what it looks like. I don't know like for sure officially, but if I had to put it together, when Leon opens the door, it comes to this sequence here where this Ganados is just like wigged out, which he looks great. I'm so glad they obviously they were gonna look better, but the detail they have on them just looks great, and I'm glad they haven't showed the parasite yet, because there's different versions of it, different variations of it when it mutates to its different phases and forms. So and you don't see it here. You won't see it here. It's after after you defeat the El Lago, right? Isn't that his name? The sea monster. I can't remember exactly what his name is, but yeah, you don't fight them till later, so we won't see it here, but it still looks great. This looks like the first part where Leon's like, have you seen this girl? And then he trips on you, and then ooh, look at that part. These guys look great. This is like the little footage they have of the castle area, because these guys are definitely from the castle area, and these guys look fantastic. They look great. I'm glad they revamped them. And then there's Ada, as you guys can see, and where she is right where it looks like you get done with. So when you see her, it looks like this is the room you're in right after you get done with Salazar's maze. And then this is the first appearance of her, where you guys see each other again since the events of RE2. This is the first time you meet up with her in this room here, and she's looking great. Once again, I mean, the lighting looks great. She looks great. Nothing else to say about that. They obviously kept the actor, and she looks fantastic. Glad they still stuck with that. And that previous shot you saw was the lake, and for me, this looks like the big cheese. I don't know if it is. This kind of didn't look like the villager, the Ganado that we saw in a couple frames ago. The one just spazzing or spacing out. But this could still be from the log cabin. But what I'm thinking this is Chief Mendez's house. And this is where he chokes you out in. And then, wait, I thought he had a knife in his hand. It looked like it. No, it's just a little speck. And this is because the Chief Mendez is huge. He's like 6'5" or something, a huge dude. And this looks like his name's Chief Mendez and the Big Cheese. This looks like the Big Cheese to me. I don't know if it is specifically. If it is, he's looking fantastic. He's looking a lot like Mr. X. He's the closest thing that we're gonna get to a tyrant in this game, so he's pretty badass. And I wonder if his sequence will be longer. I wonder what they're changing. I wonder what they're adding. All that looks great. And this is the castle I was talking to you guys about earlier that I mentioned they showed. This is the castle that Ashley's already in the original when you show up in the beginning. She's already captured and she's in that castle right there. So I don't know what that beginning sequence is with her running that they showed in this trailer. If they're going to extend her gameplay portions.
Body. It begins.
And then there's the big boy Sadler. And it just looks great. It looks like they're doing a fantastic job with this so far. The visuals look great. It just all comes down to what they left and what they added. You know, and that's what's going to make or break this game, obviously. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's not much. Without this video being 2 hours, I couldn't go in depth on everything. I mean, there's the regenerators, there's the Verdugo fight, and then the chainsaw guy, which I'm very excited to see and see how they changed him and his iterations. And then there's the Assignment Ada Did they keep her campaigns there where you can play as Ada and find out what she was doing throughout the entire game to see her perspective, where she's trying to still do what she's there for, but also she's trying to help Leon at the same time, because that's what her campaign was. And then there's Assignment Ada, and then there's it's like Secret something. There's 2 different campaigns for her. Wow, I cannot remember both names for them. But Ada has 2 split campaigns. Assignment Ada's longer. That's the longer version. And you go through different parts of the game. You even fight Krauser in Assignment Ada too. There's a couple good boss fights in that game. You fight Sadler in her version. But so there's Assignment Ada, and then there's Secret something. I cannot remember the second part, but it depends if they kept her campaigns or if they removed them. Did they keep the Ashley sequences where you actually play as her during that one part in the castle, or did they remove that? Did they keep... Oh man, like I said, without this video being 2 hours, 4 hours long, there's no way I could go into everything. I just hope they didn't remove too much, but they added stuff to make it feel new, but not to totally derail it from what it was. I feel the fans would have been a little happier if this game was just remastered, because it'll shorten the chance and the possibility of this game being ruined or not liked by many. But this game is going to be heavily criticized if this isn't good. So no, I think they made sure to keep the majority of it the same, because if not, I mean, Capcom would be literal idiots if they decided to just screw some of the main portions of this game and go with their own side, knowing how important this game is to gaming and to the Resident Evil franchise as a whole. This game is massive. This game's huge. It's still selling like crazy, and it's still on the Series X, the newest consoles. Like, are you kidding? That's insane to think about, that it's still on the newest consoles, the original. So this game's big. It's not small. So they gotta treat it with some respect, and I hope they treated it with care. I mean, I can't wait to see more gameplay. Obviously, at the end of the year, during the Game Awards, we're probably gonna see some more from this, or maybe during another, another Capcom thing. We may see a couple, at least this game, maybe a couple more times this year. I'm hoping before release, but I'm really hoping. I'm really excited for this. I have high hopes for it. I'm hoping they keep it pretty, close to the original, and they don't do too much, and they don't kill it like they did RE3 Remake. If they do that, then it's fine. But yeah, I'm not going to try to make this video too long. I pray when I look at the timer right now, it's not already at 21 minutes. I'm not trying to make it that long. But yeah, that's my initial breakdown. Not too bad. It's looking good, but it's just... This one's going to be hard to judge until we actually play it. I'm not going to be able to give you my full insight until we actually have it and we play it. But nonetheless, I am excited for this. It's still something I'm excited for, and I am going to go in with high hopes and positivity, hoping, because I am more of a glass half full kind of person. So yeah, we'll see. Let's go ahead and check out the next gameplay though. So the next trailer for you guys that we have here is the Callisto Protocol. I've been waiting for this game. I've been following it since it was first announced a couple years back, and we got literally like nothing on it besides the red band trailer and the regular trailer. For those who don't know what a red band trailer is, whenever you see a regular trailer, there's usually a red band trailer with it. A red band just means it's a more inappropriate kind of version, a more rated R version of that trailer. By all means, if you guys can't handle gore, do not watch that red band trailer of Callisto Protocol. But if you guys want to, then by all means, check it out. I will not be leaving that one below, but I'll just believe the regular one, or this one, sorry. But if you guys want to check out the red band trailer, by all means, go ahead. It's great though. It looks great. Fantastic. Gory, kind of like the original Dead Space. If you guys don't know, Striking Distance Studios is the developers behind this game, and Glenn Schofield is the original developer. He's the original head who led the team Visceral Games, and Visceral Games made the Dead Space series, Dead Space 1, 2, and 3. So that team, there's a few, not all of them, but there's a few developers still that carried over from that Dead Space team or from Visceral Games when it was shut down, like in 2017 or around there. It was shut down. Then Glenn Schofield came and created Striking Distance Studios, and they started working on the Callisto Protocol. So with this one, we just found out recently too that it is not a part of the PUBG world. It is its own world, which I am very excited for. For me, that made no sense. I don't know why you would do that. I mean, for marketing, I guess, but or partnership with Ubisoft, right? Do they make it? I could be wrong on that. I can't remember exactly who develops PUBG, but I'm so glad it's its own thing. It didn't make no sense, honestly, but without further ado, I haven't really watched this trailer, so this will be new for me too. I'm excited for this one. And this one should be coming out this year, hopefully. Hopefully. There we go, there's Striking Distance Studios. BIP Crafton. There's our main character.
Did you know that they call Callisto the dead moon?
I think Callisto is the moon of Saturn.
Just like
I could be
you would
wrong.
have been if I hadn't
It's a
fished you
moon,
out of
though.
that wreck. So whatever you're holding on to right there,
Ooh.
that's your old life. You gotta let that go. Because your new life is
Damn.
entirely in
Yeah,
my
they ain't
hands.
playing with the gore. Ooh, you saw that?
I'm just trying to give you a chance.
These creatures look insane.
Rebirth.
Look at that. Ooh, what was that he had? That is disgusting looking. What in the hell was that? You see that thing, that plant looking thing?
I just love that last part.
What in the hell was
Gives
just
me
born?
chills every time.
Ooh. The stomp looks like, oh man, the killings are back. Hey, that looks like the Ring, doesn't it? That art style for the title right now, the Callisto with the O like that. That looks a lot like the Ring. That's probably what they're going for. December 2nd. I didn't even realize. Wow, no, it's so far away. I mean, at least it's this year. So it looks like we'll be getting Callisto Protocol if it's not delayed. Then we'll be getting Dead Space in January, which is, oh my god. And then we'll be getting Resident Evil in March. So it'll look like an insane few months towards the ending and the beginning of the ending of this year and the beginning of next year are gonna look insane for horror. Oh man, I'm glad it's coming back. Look at that. Oh man. Wow. So there's not too much I want to break down on that. I've already spent a lot of time, unfortunately. It's looking great. Callisto Protocol is looking great. Some of those creatures look gnarly. Who knows what they're going to add? If they're going to add like a type of regenerator, infected again. Or if they're going to, add the psychological element to this game of horror like they did with Dead Space. And then seeing it was set. Oh, that's Jupiter. That's not Saturn. That's Jupiter. So it's my bad. It's one of Jupiter's moons. Yeah, that's clearly Jupiter's huge ass right there. Yeah, and this is Callisto. Callisto is one of Jupiter's moons. And this is the Callisto Protocol. So who knows how this starts? Who knows how the story kicks off? But everything's looking great. I got huge Dead Space vibes. Did anyone else? The way the character was kind of slumped over walking towards the beginning, that screamed like Isaac Clarke. And then we saw him stomping some of those things out with his foot, with his bare foot. It reminds me of the stomp back in Dead Space 1 and 2 and 3. This game looks like it's going to be promising. I believe that they're going to knock this one out the park. And I've been seeing a lot of people, even on my RE4 pages or Resident Evil pages that have been talking about Resident Evil 4 Remake, that they're more hyped for this game than even the Resident Evil 4 Remake, which, I mean, everyone's due to their own opinion, you know, but I wouldn't necessarily say that. I couldn't say I'm more hyped for this game than Resident Evil 4 Remake or more hyped than Dead Space. I'm hyped for them all kind of equally, you know, because they're all their own. Well, two are great and could possibly be great and are looking, at least the Dead Space Remake is looking very close to the original, and they even changed the sound of the plasma or the plasma cutter. The old plasma cutter, they changed the sound of it to the original sound to match the original sound better due to fan complaints. So they're trying to keep it close to the original, even though it is a remake technically. But that one's looking great. Resident Evil 4 is looking great, and so is the Callisto Protocol. So I'm looking forward to all of them evenly. They're great dev teams working on all of these titles, and I'm hoping that they're all going to be gems. I would love to add these 3 great horror games, not only to the channel for you guys, but to my newest favorite games list. And yet, I'm still going to mention this, still no Metroid Prime 4.